Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman, coming to you from remote studios. I don't have to explain where, because we're here about probably 70% of the time. We're going to stay in the Lansing area. Teri Sand, Business Services Manager at Capital Area Michigan Works, is going to join us right now. And you are serving not only Ingham, but Clinton counties as well. And
Eaton.
And Eaton. Okay, that was left off here. Sorry, my mistake. And I knew that. I don't know what happened. You get on the air and you get nervous. You forget everything. So let's talk a little bit about CAMW and what they do and how they support employers and your hiring events, as a matter of fact.
Sure, thanks. It's great to be here. Yeah, Capital Area Michigan Works serves the businesses in Clinton, Eaton, and Ingham counties, helping them with their recruiting and retention strategies. And often that means hiring events. A lot of companies are hiring and eager to meet face-to-face with job seekers, or virtually, of course, but we've seen a resurgence in the hiring events. So for many companies, if they want to host their own event, they're just letting us know and we can help spread the word or help them figure out a way to structure that if they have not held their own events before, help them with their their advertising and marketing the event. Some companies would like to do an event at our offices. We call that Employer of the Day. There's a variety of ways that can happen, so it's not a cookie cutter situation. So we customize that to what's going to work best for them. And then there are the traditional job fairs, often where there's multiple companies all at the same time in place. So we let companies know when the registrations are open for those and how they can participate, help market that as well. On the virtual job fairs, the state of Michigan has a great virtual job fair platform that's available to employers at no cost. So we're eager to help employers use that in either of those formats above, their very own Employer of the Day kind of event virtually, or a multiple employer situation as well.
So as the May flowers start to bloom, so does CAMW. You've got things coming up in the month of May. Let's talk about those.
Sure. A couple employers of the day that are scheduled near next week starting would be Sparrow Health System will be at our St. John's location on May 3rd from 10 to 2. MSU Federal Credit Union is going to be in our Lansing office on May 9th. Community Mental Health has scheduled an event May 16th. That one will be at our Lansing office as well. And those are just the next 3 that are scheduled.
Unbelievable. You guys have something going all the time. And, I want to go back to the part that where you guys not only designate the people that come through the door as your clients looking for work, but equally you target the people who are in charge of those jobs and supply them. Let's talk about that relationship.
Absolutely. We're proud to serve the businesses, as you said, equally in our region. We just often hear more about the services to job seekers. So the business services team is serving those businesses in all 3 counties, all kinds of industries. We spend most of our attention and time on the full-time permanent positions paying at least $15 an hour or more, but we're still happy to at least share the word about other opportunities that are open in our region and just help as many businesses and hiring managers connect with the candidates that they need right now.
It's an interesting quandary we're in right now, and that is the number of job opportunities. Are there enough people to fill those job opportunities?
Well, I don't think there's ever enough, Chris, and we continue to hear various statistics about the future. The quantity of population is dwindling and different things that will increase that worker shortage. So it's imperative now and for our future that companies figure out different ways of finding the candidates that they need and being realistic, of course, with the staff and figuring out efficiencies and those kinds of things. So there's often still a little mismatch on the expectations from the hiring manager side and sometimes what the candidates want. So sometimes we're helping the businesses reevaluate what they've listed perhaps as requirements. Maybe some of those are actually preferences and different things like that, or different pockets of candidates they've overlooked or hurdles they've put in their recruiting processes that might detract and decrease candidates. So we're trying to help the whole picture of that recruiting process.
Let's talk about how many businesses you guys actually work with each year, and how often do they typically get a hold of you guys?
Oh, sure. I did not look that stat up to be able to quote specifically, Chris. I know it's several hundred for sure. And we want more. We've got capacity to help more. You said how often? That will vary business by business. There are certainly some larger ones often, or perhaps by seasons, that are reaching out on a more frequent weekly, monthly basis. And then smaller companies, perhaps. In fact, just last week, I talked to one up in Clinton County specifically for that one. They have a very small office blessed with very low turnover, and it's been years since she's needed to hire any position at all. So she was, how do I do this again? So, great problem to have, I guess.
Well, no, it's kind of like no parking at the mall. It's a good problem,
Right.
So with that in mind, where do you go from here? Is it more of the same? And we've got about 30 seconds. I didn't mean to ask you about the meaning of life here as we're closing. But what are the next steps?
Well, since we're limited on time, I'll just give contact information. Certainly reach out to Capital Area Michigan Works if you're in our region, or I can even connect you if you're listening from elsewhere in the state. tsand@camw.net or 517-492-5516.
Well, Teri, you do a great job. Teri Sand, who's the business service manager with the Capital Area Michigan Works. You've been watching this on the Michigan Business Beat. I'm Chris Holman on the Michigan Business Network. We'll be back with more.